Yo, what up guys, OPTCG Daniel here, back and with a deck profile video. It's been a while, but we finally got some support for some older decks, like Purple Luffy. Activate main once per turn. You may add one card from the top of your life cards to your hand. If you have 0 or 3 or more Dawn cards on your field, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So yeah, you can just ramp for a life really good. If you go first at your 3 Dawn turn, use your ability, get a life, so you draw a card basically, you ramp up a Dawn, you have 4 Dawns, you can play a 4 cost on your 3 Dawn turn, and if you go second, at 4, do the same, but you can play a 5 cost, and you can ramp up really quickly all the way to 9 and 10 to play your boss monsters, and you can also use the ability just to get that extra Dawn for lethal, because your opponent will never calculate the leader ability. Happens quite a lot. But yeah, finally we can make Purple Luffy shine. But yeah, let's go straight into our 3 costs. For our 3 costs, we play 4 times Usohachi. This card is really good. 2k counter. On play, if you have 8 or more Dragons on your field, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. So really good. You can rest the Sabos, you can rest other cards, swing into them if you really need to. You can rest basically all the good blockers in the game. So really good, and also 2k counter. Then for our 4 cost, we play 4 times Zoro Juro. Yeah, it's our Searcher. It's a 4-drop 6k, really nice stat line, basically just a vanilla. But on play, look at 5 cards from top of your deck, add up to 1 purple Straw Hat type card, add it to your hand, place your main at the bottom, so it can search itself, so really good. Less chance to whiff. But playing this on your 4 Dawn turn, if you don't want to use your leader ability, really good. Or if you go first, use your leader ability, play this on the 4 Dawn, search your next combo piece, and then pop off. Then we are still at the 4 cost. We play 4 times Aonami. Aonami is a really good card. Basically all these cards are really good. You will hear me saying that a lot. It's a 4 cost 2k, so the power is a bit on the bad side, but still the ability is really good. Blocker. On play, if you have 8 or more Dawn cards on your field, trash 1 card from your hand and draw 2 cards. So basically it's a queen. You can sack all the cards. It's a blocker, it's really good, and yeah, only the downside is you have to be 8 or more Dawn cards, so be mindful when to use it, just use it for endgame. Then for our 5 costs, we play 4 times Furnosuke. Furnosuke is here just for a 2k counter, searchable, so we have a lot of searchable counters, but still, Dawn 1, if you have 8 or more Dawn cards on your field, this character gains rush. If you need an extra rush, you have it, but it's just for the 2k counter. Then we go into the other 5 costs. We play 4 times Sun Guro. This card is really good. Always play this with your Luffy ability out. It's a 5 cost, 6k power, 1000 counter. When attacking once per turn, if you have 8 or more Dawn cards on your field, draw 1 card. You don't need to attach any Dawns. You don't need to invest stuff. Just swing 6, draw a card. If you have 8 or more, really good. So when you're at your 7th Dawn turn, you play the Luffy. You play this, you go to 6 and you go to 8 next turn, and then you can swing, draw a card, free draw, never wrong. Then we go to the 6 cost, we play 4 times Sanji. Sanji is also a searchable 2k counter. Like I said, we play a lot of 2k counters, but still it's a really good card also. If the number on your field is exactly 2 or less than your opponent, it costs a 3 in your hand. So whenever you use your boss monsters, you can just play this for 3 and then play another one for 3 maybe if you have enough Dawns. So really good blocker, and if not, 2k counter. And then for the best card in the deck, we play 4 times Luffy Taro. This card, oof, so good, makes the deck really good. On play, Dawn -1, play up to 1 purple Straw Hat type card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. Really good. It's basically like the same as the 7 cost Luffy from the Uta, the green one film. But then you can just do some really good stuff. It's a 7 cost 8k, really good stat line. No counter power, that's too bad, but still, this card on curve, crazy. And then for our last Straw Hat type cards, we play 2 times Gum Gum Jet Gatling. I want to play it at 3. I do like the card. If you know me, if you see my videos more, you know I love 0 cost evens. And also the trigger is really good. If you trigger this from life, always trigger it. Don't get it to hand unless you really need to, because that 1 extra Dawn active is really good, so you don't have to take your life. But yeah, I might pump this up to 2, to 3, really depends. And then we go into the non-straw hat cards. We play 4 times Bonclay. Bonclay is really good. It's a 4 cost, 1000 power, weird stat line, but still counter 1000. On play, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So if you're at your 4 Dawn turn, you can play this, you get a Dawn, you go to 5, and then you can swing 6 with your leader. Or you can use leader ability, get 2 Dawns, swing 7, and then next turn you're already at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you go to 9 Dawns, really good. You can play your boss monsters. This basically just helps you not to take your life if you need to. And also it requires an immediate threat, because when attacking, you may choose one character on your opponent's field, gain the stat of this, the baseline stat. So if they have a, what should I say? If they have a Gear 5 Luffy 12k, you swing, you use ability, you copy the 12k, you swing 12k to the leader. Really good card. So this requires a lot of removal. So that's nice. It's basically just a blocker, as you would say it. Then for other 4 costs, we only play 2 times Law Blocker. Good card, especially in this deck, because you can just get the Dom back when you use your leader ability. Dom on play, blocker, Dom -1. If your opponent has 7 cards or more in their hand, you can trash 2. So you can snap cards, hope you hit 2 times Moria or some other really good cards. You can play this at 4 if you want to, and then cut a different card I will show you later in the list. Then for our 5 costs, we play 4 times Queen. Queen is basically the same as Nami. On play, Dom -1, draw 2 cards, trash 1. Really good. And yeah, finally we have a affordable alt art for the deck. Then we go into the 5 costs. We play 4 times Magellan. Magellan is still a really insane card. On play, Don -1. Your opponent force a Don back into the Don deck. So you can throw every deck off curve. Really good. If you manage to get to 10 Dons, you play 2 in a row, you will lock your opponent at the same Don for 2 turns. Really good. Yeah. And when they kill this, when it is being KO'd, you have to do 2 Don back from your opponent. So it will stay on the field for a long time. Good card, no counter power, so that's why we also use the 0 cost event. Then for our 7 cost, this is a meta call. I think this card is really good against Luffy, because Luffy hits for 7. With this you can make your leader 6, so you have to only discard a 2k counter and not a 0 cost event or a 2k and a 1k. So I think this card is really just a tech against Luffy. They always hit for 7. They will just chip away. If you put your leader higher, it's really good. You can cut this if you want to play 4 laws, or you can cut the laws and play 4 if you really want to. But you can also definitely change the cards into the poly and do some stuff. And then for our boss monster, 9 Dons, we play 4 times Kaido. Yeah, on play Don -5, you got -5 Dons. You KO a 6,000 or less and it gains Rush. You don't need to KO anything, just do the Don -5 to gain the Rush effect, so that's all you know. We don't play the 5 cost kid in this deck. Why not? Because, yeah, you Don -5, usually use the 10 Dons, so then you have 5 Dons left, and then your next turn you go to 7. You can play the Luffy Taro, you can use the blocker, so you don't really lose too much tempo with this card. Playing it, you can play the Lin Lin, but I don't like the Lin Lin, because the Lin Lin will just prolong the game state, and then they can just, yeah, out-time you, out-farm you, whatever you want to call it. So, Lin Lin is also really good, but I think it makes the match way longer, that you can just get punished by it. But yeah, this is the list that I will play for Purple Luffy. I will definitely try to edit it or see how it goes. Played a lot on the sim. Really fun deck, really good deck also, but it will shine definitely in OPO 9 with the Luffy and the Sanji. But still, it's definitely one of the meta decks for this format, the 8.5 format starter deck. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.